Hi all. So last year, with the support of a DELWP Biodiversity Innovation Grant, Trust for Nature explored opportunities to protect biodiversity and support sustainable land management in productive landscapes using farm covenants. Trust for Nature is Victoria's dedicated private land conservation agency. We enter into voluntary, legally binding conservation covenants with private landholders, traditionally to protect remnant vegetation. But this piece of work looked at opportunities to support long-term conservation of natural capital on farming land. So a farm covenant seeks to protect the whole or part of a working farm, including firstly its assets, including conservation and farmland features like native and non-native pasture, shelter belts, even watering points, and seeks to maintain or improve practices, mandating, for example, sustainable or regenerative management practices on a working farm. We did this work because it offers solutions to a range of problems. First, it ensures long-term stewardship, including preventing the reversal of sustainable land management practices, which we know to be occurring when land changes hands, and preventing the loss of public investment in green infrastructure. It also creates a tool for verifying best practice land management and hopefully can monetize that. And finally, it prevents biodiversity loss and mitigates climate change and supports a range of Trust for Nature and DELWP's policy objectives. So in a nutshell, this piece of work involved partnering with a number of organisations, as well as working very closely with 3 farmers with whom we could ground truth our assumptions. We also worked with a wide range of stakeholders across Australia. We drafted a farm covenant, which we called a regenerative farming agreement, and did mapping exercises on each of the 3 farms, which allowed us to differentiate different land uses across those landscapes, from high conservation values to modified use values. We drafted a management and monitoring plan, which identifies a range of indicators and benchmarks for monitoring and management outcomes for sustainable farming practices, as well as working with experts to develop a natural capital accounting framework to link environmental condition and economic performance on farms. Finally, we identified a range of incentive mechanisms that could encourage the uptake of farm covenants, including a protected habitat brand and a carbon offsetting model. Next for us is to trial covenants and incentives on the ground. So if there's anyone with interest and ideas to take this project forward, I'd be very grateful to hear from you.